Hello dear students, I Kailash Kumar sir welcome you all on this online edu classes of Brilliant Public School. In this video we are going to continue with our previous topic of Unit 2 Section 1, Can We Change This? Written by Bama, and this is the second part of our video. Students, as we discussed in the previous part 1, that this chapter is all about untouchability and practice of caste system, the evil practice which has ruined the Indian society in the past, and still now in 2021 such caste practices are still there in many parts of our country. So let us continue ahead and find out what is there in the further story. The narrator is narrating her story and telling us that both my grandmothers worked as servants for Naikar families. Here you can see in the picture in this image that both her grandmothers, the grandmothers of the narrator, are working as servants in the family of Naikars. In the case of one of them, when she was working in the fields, even tiny children born the other day would call her by her name and order her about just because they belonged to the Naikar caste. So how rude and how shameful act it was that even the tiny kid, as you can see in this image, is calling her, calling the grandmother by her name and ordering her to do this and that, and she is bound, she is forced to do that as she belonged to lower caste and she is employed there as a servant. And this grandmother, like all the other laborers, would call the little boy Ayya, master, and run about to do his bidding. It was very shameful to see them do this. Even the way they were given their drinking water was disgusting to watch. See how this lady, this woman who belonged to higher caste, is giving water to the grandmother. Disgusting means including feelings of anxiety or worry. Yes, the sense is actually real here. The Naikar woman would pour out the water from a height of 4 feet, while Pati is the name of her, one of the grandmother of whom she is narrating the story. So while Pati and the others received and drank it with cupped hands held to their mouths. So how she is drinking water here, you can very well see. And the narrator is observing, standing far, and she is very pity and very sad after looking to this incident. I always felt terrible when I watched this. My other Pati. Now we are talking about, the narrator is describing about her another grandmother. My other Pati, who was the same, as soon as dawn broke, she would go to the Naikar houses, sweep out the cowshed, collect up the dung and dirt, and then bring home the leftover rice and curry from the previous evening. And for some reason, she would behave as if she had been handed the nectar of the gods. Dear students, nectar is a kind of liquid which gave the gods their immortality when consumed. So, grandmother, she used to think that she has got the nectar when she received the leftover rice and curry of the Naikar families. So, this way you can see that the leftover was thrown out and that was collected by the Pati, the grandmother of the narrator. It was a long time before I realized that Pati was bringing home the unwanted food that the Naikars were ready to throw away. So, how shameful it is, dear students, you can see. But anyhow, she was bound to do this. She was compelled to do this as she was working as a servant in the Naikar family. One day I went with Pati to the Naikar's house after she had finished all her filthy chores. Filthy chores are a dirty job or a kind of very cheap job that is not interesting, but you are bound to do that. So one day what happened? After she had finished all her filthy chores, Pati placed the vessel that she had brought with her by the side of the drain. The Naikar lady came out with her leftovers, leaned out from some distance, and tipped them into Pati's vessel and went away. Tipped means to make something come out of a container by holding or lifting it an angle. So she came out and she tipped the leftover into Pati's vessel and she went away. Her vessel, it seemed, must not touch Pati's. It would be polluted. Some time later, I said to Pati she should not herself open to such behavior. It was ugly to see. So many a times the narrator would instruct Pati that she should not entertain such type of activities, such type of incidents, which was very ugly to see. What Pati said to me in return was this: these people are the Maharajas who feed us our rice. Without them, how will we survive? Haven't they been upper caste from generation to generation? And haven't we been lower caste? Can we change this? So, this is a big question that was arised by the grandmother, that this has been practicing since generation to generation and they have been following this caste system. So, it's very difficult. So, it was not easy for them to change this. That's why she is asking a question to the narrator that can we change this? So it was a big question mark whether it was really possible for them to change that practice. My elder brother, who was studying at a university, came home for the holidays. Now, students, the next account or the next incident that happened was with the narrator's elder brother, who was studying at a university and he came back to the village to spend holidays. Let us see what happened with him. He would often go to the library in our neighboring village in order to borrow books. So, once he was on his way home one day, walking along the banks of the irrigation tank. One of the Naikar men came up behind him. As the Naikar man thought that this is a new person in this village, so out of curiosity, he asked a question to Anand. He thought my Anand looked unfamiliar, and so he asked, "Who are you, Appa? What's your name?" Anand told him his name. So, as I told you that as he was seen very rare in that village, so the Naikar man, when he saw him coming towards the village, walking in the banks of the irrigation tank, so he thought, why not to ask about him, why not to inquire about him. So out of curiosity, the Naikar man asked about the boy, that who was he. So Anand told him his name. Immediately the other man asked, "Thambi, on which street do you live?" The point of this was that if he knew on which street we lived, he would know our caste too. So, dear students, this is a very evil thought here, that by knowing the street, one can come to know that he belongs to a lower caste or upper caste. Thambi is a Tamil word for younger brother, used here as a term of address. Anand's reply was sharp, like a slap in the face. "I am a pariah from the Cherry Street." So, this was the reply given by Anand, the elder brother, that he is a pariah. He belongs to the Cherry Street or the Pariah Street. Then he stalked off as fast as he could. Niker was furious. Furious means angry. He thought he had been humiliated. He asked someone else there, "Who is this fellow? Look at the way he talks." This other man explained who Annan was by mentioning Arpati. "Oh, that is our Rakamma's grandson." Stalked means walked in a proud or angry manner. So here the Niker man to whom Annan replied was very much angry, and he was very much furious when when Annan stalked off from that place, when he walked in a very proud or angry manner from that place. So he further inquired to another person about Annan that who that fellow was. So the answer which he got was that uh, that fellow means Annan was the grandson of Rakamma. The next day, when Pati went to work, the Niker spoke to her angrily. "How dare your grandson talk to me so arrogantly?" Arrogantly means showing an offensive attitude of superiority or very rudely. So, as in the previous evening, what incident happened, he was too much angry with that. So, it was obvious that he would show this all to the grandma or to the grandmother, that was Pati. Pati managed to handle it by saying, "See, Ayya, he is an educated lad. These college boys will talk like that." When Anand heard this, he just laughed. So, uh, grandmother also replied in very humble way, and she told that he is an educated lad, he is an educated person, and he is going to college, and nowadays the college boys are talking in the same manner, so we are helpless. And when this was narrated at home by the grandmother to the both the narrator and the Anand laughed when he heard about the reply given to that Niker by his grandmother. Apparently, it was just the same at the library. They would look at the pariah lads from Cherry Street in a certain way with contempt. Contempt means the feeling that someone is not worth any respect. So, this was the condition there, students, that in the library also they were not given equal respect. They were ill treated in the library too. The people who belonged to the lower caste, they were not at all given any respect there. Once, when Anand was signing out his books, he added his title MA. MA means he was postgraduate on a sudden impulse. Immediately, the attendant brought him a stool to sit on, and what's more, began addressing him as Sir. So, did you understand anything, students, here? That when Anand added his title MA means it was a big change, that means he was an educated person, the librarian came to know, and he even brought the attendant, he, brought a stool for him so that he can sit there. So education can change a lot, and this was the perfect example which we have seen here. Anand told me all these things, and he added, "Because we are born into the Pariah Jati, we are never given any honor or dignity or respect. We are stripped of all that. But if we study and make progress, we can throw away these indignities. So study with care, learn all you can. If you are always ahead in your lessons, people will come to you of their own accord and attach themselves to you. Work hard and learn." Stripped means to take something away. So here, what was taken away by these people? The thing which was taken away was the respect. the equal respect in the society. These people were very ill treated. Why? Because they belong to lower class or lower castes. So how can they bring change in this? Only through education, only through studies. So the elder brother Anand is giving advice to the narrator that she should study and she should bring change in the society by scoring good marks, and this way only they can bring a change in the society. The words that Anand spoke to me that day made a very deep impression on me. And I studied hard, with all my breath and being, in a frenzy almost. As Anand had urged, I stood first in my class, and because of that, many people became my friends. Frenzy means a state of great emotion or activity that is not under control. So, this incident brought a great deal of change in the narrator's thought, and from that time onwards, she started working very hard, studying very hard, and the result was that she stood first in her class. And because of that incident, most of the people in the society or in that village and even in the classroom, whether they belong to whichever caste, higher caste or lower caste, they became the narrator's friends. This much in this video, my dear students. I hope you all have understood this second part of our video. So thank you all. If something you have missed out, kindly do rewatch the video. The remaining part of this chapter we will continue in the next part, video number 3. Thank you all. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. So see you all in the next video, dear students. Thank you. God bless you all.